Yo, welcome back to another video on the second channel. If you're new to the second channel, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, of course. And also go check out the main channel where I just talk more in depth about some of the subjects I'm talking on this channel. And that's mostly because a lot of people who watch this channel don't know that I actually have the main channel that has over 100,000 subscribers. So if you want to support, go over there as well. Today I wanted to talk about the youngest flexer on the internet, which happens to be Lil Tay. Now, if you don't know who Lil Tay is, she pretty much rose to prominence in 2016 through 2017 after being roasted by Rice Gum. And this pretty much promoted her through the moon. She became the world's youngest flexer. She was almost 9 years old, and she started showing money, showing real estate property, showing her with different type of Lamborghinis or different types of cars. And this really boosted her into the spotlight pretty quickly. But just as quickly as we saw her rise to the top, she would get exposed and then she would just vanish off of the internet, leaving only traces of pretty disturbing and suspect pictures up on her Instagram. And today I wanted to look at that. I wanted to look at the hoaxes that she died, and also look at the new information that she just released in a video form over on the live stream. Okay, well, this is not supposed to happen. So right before I was going to make this video, I checked Lil Tay's Instagram just to see like some of the kind of disturbing pictures that she put up on her Instagram around 2018. But all of a sudden, they're completely gone. Now, I'm not sure if this has to do with some of the lawsuits or whatever she's going through with her dad. But she put up a statement probably just recently after the hoax. Now, I can't really remember exactly what day it was when the hoax happened, but it was, I believe, during August. Now, this was huge. Everybody was pretty sad that, Lil Tay died. She was pretty young. It was starting to get a little suspect because her brother started to be involved in that. He died as well. And when people looked in further, because the internet has like investigators, they started to look and see if there's anything documenting the death of Lil Tay and her brother. And when they were looking at it, in that area where Lil Tay was supposedly living at, there's no documentation for it. So a lot of the people online were like, if she died, wouldn't it be documented? Why is this random? And why is the source not being outed? Now, at first they said it was some type of like Lil Tay's manager, and it seemed pretty legit at the time. But this story started to unravel once it was shown that this little scam or whatever was trying to push out a new cryptocurrency. Now, shortly after all this happened, Lil Tay came out on her own and said that her account was hacked. And after that, on August 8th, she'd put up McLean Law. It was like an official statement from Lil Tay. And it said, "We have been asked to clarify media confusion as to the state of the family law proceedings, including custody, child parenting, and child support. Given privacy concerns related to the children, we provide brief status update on the results in the British Columbia Supreme Court. McLean Law successfully obtained orders for the client that have enabled her daughter to advance her career, including orders for retroactive child support owed by the father since 2014, amounting to approximately $275,000. Ongoing monthly child support from the father, plus additional expenses. Sole day-to-day and final decision-making powers and responsibilities in the best interest of Tay Tian for Mrs. Tian. Mrs. Tian is the person entitled to sign contracts. Tay Tian's primary residence being with her mother, Mrs. Tian, and entitlement to relocate outside of Vancouver for Mrs. Tian and Tay Tian." So this was an update on some of the court cases that was happening around this time. Now, again, the posts that were deleted, now you just have to bear with me because they were just deleted and I should have screenshotted them, but I didn't. And I'm not sure if they're deleted or they're archived or if it's something that they had to do because of defamation. Maybe they're trying to get Lil Tay and her mom on defamation now. But it was a picture of Lil Tay's dad and Honey Hope, which is Lil Tay's stepmom, and how they're pretty much abusive towards her. And this was through posts that she was putting this up there. And then she also posted up a picture of her with a black eye. Now, these are all alleged, but they were up there for a very, very long time until just now on October 3rd, 2023 at almost 8 o'clock at night, they got deleted. Now, again, I should have screenshotted them, but I didn't because I didn't think that they would be taken down following that was the statement that I just read to you, where it pretty much says that the father owes $275,000 in child support. So recently, over the weekend, I think on Saturday, Lil Tay, even before Saturday, was pretty much hinting at a return with a video. Now, since she has like the ability to expand her career without like her father's say. So she made a music video, and after that, she went on the live stream, did her whole shtick of I'm rich, you're broke, you guys had 5 years to be better and you're still at the same place. You know, the same Lil Tay thing that we saw 5 years ago. But she also talked about the abuse that came with her father. Now, this is a pretty long video, and I don't want to put 15 minutes of the video in this, but I do want to break it down just a little bit. Now, let's look at the first part.
And my abusive absentee father, who had not been in my life for years up till that point, decided to come back into my life to take control over my career and my money. That's why I disappeared. He started a court case to silence me so I could not speak on what was happening and so he could take control over my money. His name is Chris Hope. This is him. This is Chris Hope. All right. Let's just get into it. Buckle up, because I cannot even tell you the full story. I have to give you a summary of it. So let's just fucking go. First of all, this man, he was bringing, when I was living with him, these are all events that happened before I became famous, because he had not been in my life for years before then. He was bringing random ass women around all the time and literally hooking up with them in front of me. I was a child. And one of those women was named Shima Ali, his assistant. This is her. These are not private this is her Facebook wallpaper. These are not private photos. Oh my God. I remember one time, it was the middle of the night, and I was awakened by them next to me in the bed. And I could literally, she had her hand on my leg, and I was frozen in place. I was so young at that time, I had no fucking idea what was going on, and I was just frozen in place. And then I moved, and then that's when she took her leg off my hand. They were literally in bed next to me. They did not care, and they were literally disregarding the fact that I wasn't even there. That's fucking insane. He was hooking up with random women all the time, and he found them off of Craigslist. This is his Craigslist email to a random woman who had an ad. Okay, this is the email trying to hook up with people. This is my mom talking to somebody about it after she found out about it.
Now, again, Lil Tay talks about her father and how he was pretty inappropriate with the women that he would bring around Lil Tay. And this is not good behavior. I guess he would get his women from Craigslist, people that he didn't even know. And it gets worse when she talks about how the woman was in the bed with her and they're being inappropriate next to her. And that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. She goes on to state that that Honey Hope was the worst out of the people that she had to live with her dad, and how she would terrorize her and traumatize her and make her do things that she didn't want to do, like watching scary movies at a young age. Now, again, to us, Chucky, the Bride of Chucky probably isn't bad, but to a 9-year-old or 10-year-old, it's probably scary. And Lil Tay goes on to say that Honey Hope would put her in a closet and say that like Chucky was in there. And of course, for any little kid, that is pretty scary.
And then things just went fucking downhill from there after she entered my life. When I was living with them, like I said, they were still doing the most out-of-pocket sexual shit in front of me. She would get out of the shower and she wouldn't even put clothes on. And they were always playing these sexually inappropriate movies in front of me, openly in front of me. So that was the norms. Those were the norms in this household. It's fucking sick. And she would always take out her anger onto me. If her son did anything wrong, it would become my fault. And she punched me, she pinched me. Pinching me was a really big thing. Chris mainly shoved me. And this is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is a police report. They were physically abusing me constantly. And like I said, if her son acted out of line, she would use me as a scapegoat and take it out on me. And in fact, physical abuse of me was so common in this household that her son caught onto it, and he was doing it to me too, and they would just egg him on. They forced me to watch many horror movies when I was in their house. One of them was Bride of Chucky, and when they put it on, I couldn't get out of the room, and I was literally sobbing. And I tried to put my face into a pillow when they were playing the horror movie in front of me. And Honey Hope, she had me in a chokehold so I couldn't escape. And I had to sit through the entire Bride of Chucky movie when I was young as fuck. And then afterwards, there's a closet in the room. So while I was still in the chokehold, she shoved me into the closet and locked me in there. And she said, "Go play with Chucky." I thought I was going to die.
After this, Lil Tay would talk about how much her dad owes in child support and how she would be neglected by him and would be sent to school with old food that was rotten. And when her mom would give her fresh food, her dad would say that he wasn't going to give her that much in child support anymore. And it was just an everyday and ongoing battle for Lil Tay for up until this point, because as she was saying during that video, her dad put out a lawsuit or like a court hearing so that he could stop the production of Lil Tay making these videos. Now, this was something that was talked about 5 years ago, and people really I even talked about it during my video, how Chris Hope was trying to take control of Lil Tay, and we saw that happen for at least 5 years. And during that 5 years, a lot of things have happened to where she was abused and taken advantage of, and it seemed like it was going to be the Britney Spears route where her father decides what she's going to do with her money and everything else. But good thing that didn't happen to Lil Tay. Again, there's still no update, and again, things are getting deleted off of Lil Tay's Instagram. And a lot of people over on Twitter are a little bit weird with the music video that just came out, so if you do go over there to watch it, or even if you go to her Instagram or YouTube account, don't look at the comments, because it's pretty PD3O type of stuff. It could be trolls, but it's the internet, so people are just very, very weird. Yeah, I wish the best for Lil Tay, and a lot of the people were saying that there's it could have been lies. You know, people realize that Lil Tay does lie about some of the stuff that she speaks about, but I do hope that she's, doing better with what she's gonna do with her influencer status later on. Again, I don't know exactly what's happening with Lil Tay. It does seem like somebody is controlling her Instagram account, and I'm not sure if it's her, because maybe they're trying to get Lil Tay on defamation because of the claims that she made during that live stream. But once I find an update, I'll let you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Well, before I say that, let me know what you think about the Lil Tay situation in the comments below. If you believe her, if you don't believe her, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And if you don't like this video, you can leave a dislike. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.